Hi, Panda here from Arctic Panda Popz. Today we're reviewing Humanity, and the gameplay footage is from the Xbox Series X version. So Humanity is a puzzle game where you play as a dog, and he's been sent to do these trials, and you can only assume it's from like a godlike voice that's given these trials, and the story is basically about humanity. And you have to help the dog for these trials. To avoid spoilers, I won't be talking anything else about the story, and I will only be showing puzzles on screen from early on in the game. So there's lots of different puzzles, as you can imagine, from the gameplay you can see here, and a lot of it revolves around guiding these humans to an end goal. So they come out of like this white gate, and you got to get them to a certain location. And you can use lots of different things to help you get the humans there. Lots of interesting things later on, but I don't want to talk too much about that. But you can basically use arrows on the floor to change direction. There's like jump pads, and later on they kind of evolve and play on these mechanics, and they add some really interesting mechanics later on as well. Just gotta take my word for that it does get interesting. Now, for the most part, I found this game is quite tricky, but it's always fair. I'd say about 2/3 of the way through, there's one or two puzzles where you're just like, man, I just got through that for the skin of my teeth, and I think there are just a little bit of luck needed for some of those. But overall, most of them play out really fairly, and they're quite varied. Every different world brings new mechanics, but unlike some other puzzle games where they sort of keep building on top of those mechanics and you get overwhelmed going, oh my goodness, there's like 20 different things to remember now. The worlds tend to stick to like a theme of mechanics. Like the first world mainly focuses like on the arrows and the jump pads, and like later worlds might have a different mechanic and it focuses on that instead of overwhelming you with too many. So at any one time you're probably juggling maybe like 3 at 4 top different things you can do. But there's lots of different environmental factors to take into account as well with the puzzles. There's like walls you can climb and things you have to avoid. Visual wise, I think this has got a really strong, unique style. There's something just cool about it, and seeing all those people on screen, it's just like, wow, like it does really well. The performance as well proves that how well this game copes with that many people on screen. It runs really well. I don't think in my whole time I noticed any frame rate drops, and if there was, it wasn't noticeable. Like I was surprised how smooth it was, considering there's basically hundreds if not thousands of people on screen sometimes. Overall, the game's got a good length. I think it took me about 12 hours to finish. Obviously it's a puzzle game, so it depends on how tricky you find the puzzles, but I felt like it never overstays its welcome. I think because each world introduces some new mechanics and you're kind of just doing puzzles based on that mechanics. It's kind of like having multiple puzzle games in one puzzle game, but sort of the same sort of vibe, but like there's enough differences in each world to keep it fresh, and it never feels like it overstayed welcome and didn't go, oh man, I'm getting bored of these puzzles now. Like I don't know, they just got it spot on for me. I thought it was a good length, and I highly recommend it. It's really good. It controls well, like it's fun to move the dog around. I really like the dog as a character. The story is a bit weird, but not too bad, but I found it enjoyable. Also, there is a stage creator. I haven't had much chance to mess with this. I had a quick dive in to see how it is, but I can already tell like there's so many different things you can do here, and it's really easy to use. So it gives me that sort of Mario Maker vibes. You could make some wild levels in here, and you can play other people's levels, so that's nice. That's a nice bonus extra and really adds length to the game, which was already long enough already. So I feel like the stage creator in itself, if you're really into making puzzles and playing other people's puzzles, then kind of makes this game endless to some degree. So I think it's a good extra feature as well. And yeah, there you go, Humanity. There's not too much more to say because it's a puzzle game. Overall, this is really good. It is one of those games you're going, oh my goodness, I'll never solve this puzzle. And then boom, before you know it, you figured it out and you feel like a genius. So it's really good for that. And yeah, that's it. Thank you very much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe. Thank you to our patrons, Ko-fi donations, and Twitch subscribers who help keep the channel running. We really do appreciate it if you would like to support. The link's in the description below, and we'll see you next time. Bye.